Everybody. This is Jane Celia Hatch, i.e. Bethesda Star, Target Shaman, coming to you from inside an earth house in Massachusetts. Yes, I am targeted. I've also been a shaman, probably born that way. And I've been targeted probably since I was 10 years old. Directed energy weapons didn't start till around 2015. But my main focus is on healing and spiritual healing. So I just wanted to start with talking about what my guides told me this morning was extremely important for everybody right now. Trying to keep your energy high, your vibration high, the energy of love and light, and helps ward off any kind of virus, not just the one that seems to be circulating now. And clearing out what's ever inside is so important because like attracts like. So I was shown, and I've been shown this every morning, to just you'll start by imagining. Imagination is the bridge to reality in shamanism. As we think, we create. Abracadabra means as I think, I create. As I speak, I create. So you're just imagining at first angels, whatever, God, your highest self, just pouring this light and love. It can look like a sparkling waterfall. It can look like sheer light. It can look like water. Everybody resonates with a different energy. So just imagine this going through the center of you, and you'll see blocks of things just moving out, and just keep streaming this and keep asking for this stream of love to come through you until you feel like you've been cleared, and you will feel a big difference. There's so many beings here right now to support us during this transition into a higher vibration planet Earth. So I do that every morning, and I recommend everyone else does that to start your day, because again, like attracts like. Whatever inside of you, whether you're aware of it or not, is going to attract the similar on the outside. So I just want to take a minute to send out a clearing to anybody out there. This is a brass bell I got in Santa Fe that has a really high vibration. And when I do it, I can always feel energies moving off of me. So that should help a little. I use a lot of crystals. This is selenite. Sometimes I even put this in the back of my head at night. It seems to stop synthetic dreams. I also just sometimes I put them. I wear a vest with pockets during the day. I have crystals. They just remind me of my highest self, and I usually cleanse them in the sunlight, moonlight, or in salt water to keep their vibration high. So during this whole whatever you want to call it, pandemic, whether it's, I believe it's a deep state agenda, Agenda 21 for depopulation, but I believe it's going to work in the opposite, in the sense that we're going to be, especially if you can send out love, you can understand that you are co-creators with God and start to envision the world that you want. This is a great opportunity to remake the world in a way that those of us of a higher vibration would like to see it. We are the creators, co-creators with God, and we can create a paradise earth that we once all lived in before it was invaded and usurped. Targeting is nothing new. It's been going on for centuries. I believe every Holocaust, every genocide, every war was an agenda, a deep state agenda. And they managed to do that only by making us oppose each other through race, sex, class, whatever. It's all been a deep state agenda. Shamans are particularly targeted. If you think of the Aborigines, if you think of the Native Americans, the witches, the Celts, the Huna in Hawaii, they were either completely ostracized or eliminated. There's only a few unbroken lines of shamans, and one is in Peru. And of course, the Inquisition was a form of genocide, because the Catholic Church did not want people to be empowered within like the Gnostics were, and the witches were empowered within, so-called witches. It was just women who were healing most of the time. So imagine, use your heart to imagine. I posted on Facebook the other day this image or this article about, as you all know, that this deep state agenda related to the pandemic was that elders should be left alone in institutionalized. Of course, they're going to die faster without family and love. But there was also a suggestion that we're going to separate mothers and babies, which doesn't take too much of a deep thinking to know that's absolutely wrong. So I was suggesting that people, envision mothers and babies together and happy and warm and loving, because every time we think, we create, and we send that vibration into the planet. And so you're actually dissolving ideas that are contrary to that. And also, love is a higher vibration, so it's easier to create with love than it is with hate, believe it or not. It's just that we've all been hypnotized into hating and separation and division, but love is actually the highest vibration. So I went into meditation today, and I asked what I could do, and I saw it was huge. It was part of a collective consciousness of negativity and demonic energy. That particular idea was of separating mothers and child was nothing to do with health or healing or the virus. It was about death and destruction. And so it's huge. It looked like a big black spacecraft, but it was actually moving away from the earth. And what people can do is just to imagine that in when they go into meditation, and use whatever, ask your spirit guides, your loving and compassionate spirits, or God, or your power animals for a tool, and you will see something of light, like a arrow of light, or a torch, or stars, a handful of stars. And so you just throw them or aim the arrow, or send from your heart images of love, and it will help to dissipate this demonic energy. And you'll do it from a very safe place. And it's something you can actively do to reverse the Agenda 21 that is they're attempting now with this coronavirus, I believe. So those are two really important things you can do spiritually, is asking in the morning to be completely cleansed from your highest loving and compassionate guides, and you watch this stream go through. It could be a beautiful waterfall, it could be a funnel of light, it could even be angels just going through you until you feel clear. And you may see through your third eye things moving, moving out and moving out. And they go into the earth, but you make the command that it dissolves in the earth. It doesn't contaminate the earth. It turns into a nothingness. So those are, and the other thing was this demonic spaceship energy that is involved with most everything that's happening now that's negative. You can personally ask for tools, spiritual tools, like torches, like stars, like arrows, light arrows, and they can be sent. And it's really a joyful thing to do, because you're sharing in the energy of the highest forces on the planet that are here to help us now. I mentioned in another video about dandelion, and I wanted to bring it up again. Don't kill the dandelions. Don't poison the dandelions. They're very powerful for healing. And I also saw that yellow and orange were colors that dissolved, or kept at bay the viruses. And a dandelion oil you can make by just taking the dry heads. Don't pick them too early. Wait until the sun has dried them, and you stuff them into a jar, and then you refill that jar with olive oil or oil. It can be just a small jar, and you take a stick and get all the bubbles out, and then put it in a dark, cover it, put it in a dark place for 6 weeks. Check it once in a while for mold. If there is mold, you just take it off, and then you can use that as kind of a protection. And also it contains the energy of the sun, the dandelions. So, the greens are great in salads, and the root is as a coffee dried, and it also cleanses the liver. The Native Americans said dandelion had the power, dandelion root had the power of eagle's claw to cleanse your liver. So it's a really important flower and herb right now, and it's everywhere. Um, what else was I going to say this morning? I think it was that. That was it. Years ago, 4 years ago, when I asked what would be happening, in 2016, what would be happening now, I saw lots of people gathered in small groups around fires, around communities, and everything was green again, and it looked kind of utopian, and everything that was happening in 2016, I couldn't see how it was related, but now I do. I see that this is the beginning of communities gathering again and less government, even though it feels like more government now. Eventually, we're going to have to join together and work with our neighbors for, sharing food and whatever skills you have. And I saw it was going to be an awakening as well as an ending. I think this is the end of a very long reign of the deep state, centuries long. So lots of love. Um, I think I'm going to put out a short series on shamanism because this is a great time to be going within and expanding and finding out all the different the vibrations that you can travel into, and you never have to leave your home. It's upper world, middle world, and lower world that shamans travel in, and it's something you can learn really easily. I believe we're all shamans. I did a master's thesis on shamanism and found that there's roots and evidence of shamans all over the planet at one point or another. So it was very organic to us. It's not New Age. It's simply being human is understanding all the different frequencies and all the different allies available to us as humans and co-creators with God. So I'll keep you posted on that. Lots of love.